Dear reader, rumors have circulated for years concerning the existence of a real Scarlet Pimpernel. Others have written of him, and undoubtedly you have heard tales of the Scarlet Pimpernel and his league. This too is a story spun from a series of what-ifs, a fiction different from those you have previously read, and therefore all the more entertaining. Consider the tales of the Pimpernel's daring, his cunning, his outright bravery in the face of death. Consider the largely fictional accounts from those he rescued, French aristocrats and commoners alike, condemned to France's reign of terror, saved from the blade of the national razor by the Pimpernel and his men. And now consider the possibility that these stories are no myth. The legend is true, but what you know is not the whole story. Hi, I'm Shayna Galen. I'm the author of over 50 historical romances. I've written a 4-book series featuring the unsung heroines of the League of the Scarlet Pimpernel. It's called The Scarlet Chronicles. And in this video series, I'm taking you on a deep dive into the research I did for the series. This is the final installment of the series, everything you didn't know that you really wanted to know about the French Revolution. The Scarlet Pimpernel. Was he real, or did the author Baroness Orczy create him from fiction? Those who have studied the French Revolution have speculated broadly as to who Baroness Orczy might have based the Scarlet Pimpernel on. But one of my favorite accounts comes from the first-hand memoir of the daughter of the Marquise de Tourzel. Madame Tourzel was the last governess of the royal children. She and her daughter Pauline remained loyal to the royal family, even when their lives were in enormous danger. Pauline and Madame Tourzel accompanied the family to the Temple prison, and in August of 1792 were taken to La Force prison for questioning. On August 19th, after her interrogation, Pauline recalls a mysterious English gentleman coming into the prison and spiriting her away to freedom. Historians might look back and speculate as to who the Pimpernel might have been, if he was indeed real. But for Pauline Tourzel, this mysterious man was a real-life Scarlet Pimpernel. It's not clear whether the mysterious man who rescued Pauline Tourzel was English or not, as in the Scarlet Pimpernel stories, but the novels do raise the question: what was England's view of the revolution in France? Stories about the French Revolution were covered in the British papers, and thousands of French citizens fled to England when the situation in France became unsafe. So the revolution was definitely on the minds of the English. It's unclear to me how much the regular people of England knew about the revolution, but it was a cause of some concern for the upper classes and for the government, in particular, the king. Although England had a constitutional monarchy with representation for the people, the classes were by no means equal, and there were signs of discontent among the lower classes periodically when riots broke out. It's my impression that the British nobility was terrified of what they saw happening in France and worried it could happen in their own country and to them. Even though the British were shocked at the atrocities that were being committed in France, they did not officially intervene. Marie Antoinette's good friend, the Princess de Lamballe, went personally to London to beg the king for help for his French royal cousins, but the king did nothing other than offer sanctuary to fleeing aristocrats. However, the British did keep their word to offer refuge. They housed and provided funds to support the household of several members of the French royal family who managed to escape the revolution, including Louis XVI's brother, who later became King Louis XVIII, and Marie Antoinette and Louis XVI's daughter, Marie Therese, who was very briefly, for about 20 minutes, Queen of France in 1830. So the British did not intervene in the revolution officially. Were there men and women who took it upon themselves to save the lives of innocents caught up in the terror? I don't know that we can say for certain, but it was fun to write Traitor in Her Arms and the other books in the Scarlet Chronicles series and to ask, what if? And that's it for everything you didn't know that you really wanted to know about the French Revolution. I hope you enjoyed this little sojourn into French Revolutionary history. If you have, and if you'd like to know more, check out my series, The Scarlet Chronicles. Each book has an author's note with historical tidbits. Adieu.